folks, I am in Dartmoor National Park, designated in 1951 as a national park. Currently munching on some oatcakes because I need fuel. Beautiful clear day here. Actually, driving across was stunning because the cloud was like burning off, just sort of shrouding the tours. But I'm super pumped today because I made up a route. It's about 13 miles. So I'm here in Princetown now, which has its origin sort of in the mid 1700s. When a chap called Sir Thomas strived to sort of develop this area for agricultural purposes. That's a whole different story because it didn't quite work out as planned. But anyway, driven across and it's really quite quiet here. It's just gone 8, so it's a Monday morning, which is super exciting. I'm going to head out onto the moors along the Dartmoor Way, which is a trail I really hope to walk very, very soon. But they're just finalising the sort of second loop down to Ivy Bridge, so I'm holding off at the moment. And then basically loop across the moors. Probably going to have to do some nav today because the paths are not super clear, I know that. Right across the Burrator Reservoir, and then we'll loop back around. So should be really good. Looking forward to catching some sun, enjoying the beautiful Dartmoor landscapes because it's been ages since I've been here, and also my oatcakes. So I'm just going to finish packing and then we're good to go.
I was parked in the main car park in Princetown, a village which has its origins in 1785, when Sir Thomas Tyrwhitt, secretary to the Prince of Wales, encouraged people to move to the area and promoted farmland living. It was a lovely place, vibrant with independent stores and the National Park Centre in the middle. I headed out away from town along a quiet lane with views back over Dartmoor Prison, the highest settlement on the moors.
Can't tell you how good it feels to be out right now. Just having Dartmoor in reasonably clear sky conditions is such a treat. Last time I was here was in February with my friend Anne, and we planned on doing an overnight wild camp actually near Burrator Reservoir, where we're gonna head to today. But the weather was just absolutely atrocious, just howling winds, waterfalls of water going up because of the wind, and we actually ended up dropping down towards Ivy Bridge and staying at the bunkhouse there. Pretty good experience, to be honest, but still missing time under canvas and under the stars. But pretty just Dartmoor, man, it blows my mind. I mean, for so many people it's such an intimidating landscape. For me also, it's nearly 400 square miles of just openness, granite landscape with the tors just standing prominently on the horizon wherever you look. Bits of forest here and there, so it's a mixed managed landscape. But actually for over 200 years much of the centre of Dartmoor has also been a firing range for the MOD, so they train out here throughout the seasons. So there's a lot going on here really, but it is a rather niche landscape, and it's good because especially in poor conditions it can really test your steel and your skills, your navigation, your personal management and expedition skills as well. Heading down past Tor Royal Farm, so keeping left, follow this track and that will take us up to the Dartmoor Way path. Okay, so we've just gone past Ballpark Farm and coming up to a gate which goes into common land. You can see Dartmoor Way, so there's two paths, one heading off this way and we're just going to continue straight. The first part of this is on a track and then it fizzles out, so we'll see how we go. How do we get through the gate? Like so.
The trail headed east across the moors. It was clear and easy to follow, with fantastic views over the surrounding lands. Green, browns and blues of the sky. It simply took my breath away.
Just when I thought I couldn't get any happier, I've just spotted one of my all-time favourite moorland plants, cotton grass. Look at this stuff. One thing is it usually grows in wet, boggy terrain. Here we go. Oh, look at this stuff. It's just the best. Oh, so grassy and cottony and nice.
Interestingly, cotton grass was historically used to stuff pillows in Sussex and collected and used in Scotland to dress wounds during the First World War.
Check out this little dude, just hanging out on the path. Oops. Aww. So in my map, I was just looking at it, and it says that there should be a stone circle and cyst cairn around here. Dartmoor is famous for its prehistory, burial mounds, stone circles. Actually, Grimspound is here, one of the biggest stone circles in England, and all sorts of just amazing prehistoric sites. Now you might question why this landscape is just so vast and barren, and that's because it's just really hard for agriculture to take off here. To grow vegetables and plants in the soil is a real challenge, and so that's why it's just left as upland, moorland, heathy stuff. But what's so cool is that these prehistoric sites do remain. Now there's over 5,000 stone circles and cairns here on Dartmoor itself. All of them are registered key archaeological sites. So hopefully we can find this one amongst the grass today. Can you see this stream here? So we've got a spring rising here, which is called Cho Lake Head. It goes down, forms Cho Lake Stream. So looking at my map, the stone circle actually should be around here. Let's have a look. Where are we? So you can see, oh, make sure it's orientated. You can see here, this is the stream. So back about, well, we've obviously gone past it. 200 meters or so, there's the stone circle. So sadly missed that because it's literally like 10 meters off the path. Never mind, shame. Just an excuse to come back another time, I think. I wasn't really referencing the map, I was just enjoying the stunning vistas. So next time. Stream, crossing over. No attempt to keep my feet dry. Sheep. Here we go, the track is becoming a path now, as it shows on the map. So it should be a little less distinct as we follow it eastwards. I've talked about this before, but I always like to talk about it. This grass grows on the moors, and most folk call it hedgehog grass because you see the tuft of grass there, like a hedgehog trundling along. This is what Dartmoor is most famous for. We've had a lot of dry weeks, but this in winter would just be full of water. Just pure, beautiful bog. Alright, so we have a path coming through the field boundary here, and on the map it shows, in fact let me show you. You see here, Dartmoor Way continuing east, there's this trail going through the field boundary, and we now want to head sort of southwest. So in a moment, hopefully, although this being Dartmoor, but hopefully there should be a path heading southwest. If not, I might have to take a bearing. Okay, here we go. So trail heading that way. There's actually beautifully a sign, which is a rare thing on Dartmoor. And then Dartmoor Way continues east. This looks to be our track. And you can see from the map, what I've been looking at, where am I? Here, is all the different features. So when it comes to navigating, it's trying to use the actual landscape rather than the man-made additions in the paths. So I can see here that this path sort of skirts around to the east of a slightly higher point, which is here. So style higher point. Looking ahead, if I wanted to, I can see the field boundaries. Obviously that is man-made feature. Then you can see this is valley stretch, so that's where the river goes through. The river is called River Swincombe. Nice. And then we got these higher hills here which reach up about 400 meters or so, and we're gonna head off this way southwest. Okay, so just to show you real quick how to take a bearing. So we have our start point here at this, well, just slightly on actually from this field boundary and the crossing with the path, and I'm going to take it to this wall as a catching feature. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a boundary there. So basically you take the compass and you line up the edge, so you've got to be trying to be as accurate as you can, lining up the edge of the points from where you are to where you want to go, lining that up. Then you take the bezel here and basically you twist the bezel. This is obviously not accurate, you want two hands to do this normally. Twist the bezel so the lines of orientation line up with the grid lines on the map, and then basically you take your compass and you rotate to face, and you want to put thread to bed. So you've got the red north needle, keeping it away from cameras ideally, rotating, and then you've got the direction of travel arrow at the head of the compass, and you follow that, and that'll keep you on your bearing. And another thing you can do is you can measure the distance that you want to travel, so using the meter measuring thing on the compass. So you've got to make sure it's the right scale, so 1 to 25. So this, you place that alongside. So say we're going from here to here. This is very hard with one hand, do not take this for verbatim. So it's roughly going to be travelling for 500 metres until we reach our point. So if this was a complete whiteout, you could literally pace that out. So for me, I take about 67 steps for 100 meters. So I could do 67, 67, 67, 67, 67. And that's where, when it gets higher numbers, you can have pacing beads. So you can use your beads just to keep track so you can focus, but equally fingers work better for me. Because I get confused like, oh, are these the beads I've done or not done? So it requires a bit of brain power, but it's good. It's really nice being able to do this sort of basic navigation skills. And then you can do micro navigation as well. So you can take cairns, you can take stones, you could take anything in this landscape and basically set yourself the task of finding it. And I do enjoy doing that as well. But for now, we'll keep it simple. Let's head on along this track. We have found wetness, but I think we have a lucky rock to help us survive. Thank you, lucky rock. Doo. Morning, cowies. Morning. Morning. God, you're so little. Little cows. Oh, don't be scared. Seem to have picked up some interest here. I thought I was hiking alone today, but I'm now part of a herd. Once again, found a beautiful wet spot. I've just crossed it, but I had to show you this. Look, sort of like mossy stuff. My feet are soaked. Woo! The whole thing moves. That is entertaining. Alright, to the tin mines. Oh, this is nice. Little river coming down. Oh, that sound is the best sound. Nice. Look, you see how clear that is? Apart from my shadow. That's cool, man.
This was the Strain River, which forms the first 2 kilometres of the River Swincombe, a tributary of the West Dart River, which runs throughout Dartmoor.
Here we go. So we've got this little road here. Just going to follow this now for a short stretch and then we'll turn off on a path. This whole area with all the tin mining is really quite extensive. I didn't realise it was so big. You can see all the walls from the houses that are left behind. And just over here, the lumps and bumps, I guess where the mining would have actually taken place. But just literally, I don't know, a couple hundred years ago, this place would have been a hive of activity, and now it's just derelict. It's quite sad, really.
Tin mining is thought to have originated on Dartmoor in the pre-Roman times, and it continued right through to the 20th century. Whiteworks, the derelict mining hamlet I was walking through, was at its peak use in the 1700s and 1800s.
Well, this isn't exactly a bad place to live. Look at that. Houses. This is your backdrop. Nothingness. Also, appear to have made a friend. Oh, hey! Be careful. Be careful. Got this quite prominent track here, which is a rare occasion on Dartmoor, probably an old bridleway. You can see just ahead now, we're going to head this way, all the tours ahead, which is just, today is the perfect day to be on Dartmoor. And glistening in the sunshine, a treat of a view, you can just about see the reservoir, and that's where we're going.
Pressing on, I spotted some Dartmoor ponies nearby, a small but hardy breed, once used as a working animal in the mines and quarries on Dartmoor, though now they're mainly free to roam the area.
Our path is just there. Just had to have a look at this. It looks kind of like a leat. You know, it's not. It's no way is that natural. Look at this. Oh, so nice. Just the water, really clear again. Dragonfly. Oh, it's gone. Blown away. Love it.
This was one of several leats in the area, which were used to transport water to the mines.
Just skirting around the edge of the plantation now, and in a moment we'll enter into it, and then actually kind of have to do a V shape to go back up to the edge of it, and I'm hoping I can then skirt round the boundary of the plantation, so handrail the boundary to pick up a road, cross the road, and then we join a dismantled railway track, so more on that later, and then I'll circle us back round to Princetown. So once we're in the woods, are sort of about 2/3 of the way along the trail, which is good, so making steady progress. Just absolutely loving it today. Feel so alive inside. I think this is just such a beautiful sort of starter walk for Dartmoor. Obviously, yeah, the weather really helps, but so far underfoot everything's been decent, and it just feels very tame and pleasant. So at the moment, lots of boxes ticked, but we'll see how we go because we've got 1/3 left. And we're officially under trees, which feels awesome. Trees are friends. Crossing over the river Mavie, I think that's how you say it. So actually what we're going to do is sort of follow it up now and work our way around the woods. Wow, it's so pretty.
The sound of the water was exceptional, and that, accompanied by the vibrant green of the trees, left me feeling calm inside and inspired by the beauty.
Through the gate, onto another path.
After climbing for around 10 minutes, I reached the Devonport Leat, which was running south. It was constructed in the 1790s to carry fresh drinking water from the high grounds of Dartmoor to the Plymouth docks, some 27 miles away.
Seriously, this is just the best walking I've done in so long. Walking alongside the Devonport Leat here, sound of running water, you're on for a winning streak anyway. We got all the foxgloves, the trees, blue sky, the deciduous woodland as well. It's stunning, it really is stunning.
I felt high on awe of the area and was even more pumped when I spotted fish in the Leat and plenty of other wildlife as well. It really was an amazing, amazing spot. In fact, it hardly felt like Dartmoor at all. I was used to exposed moors and harsh rain, but this was something else.
Alright, so progress is being made here now. We have just come through the boundary. Obviously forest is over here, crossing over the Leat now, which is super cool. Look at this. It's just, I can't get enough of this today. Beautiful. So the road is just up ahead, and that's where we're going to head up to now, cross over, and then join the disused railway. Follow road, and then there'll be a turning on the right in a bit, and that'll take us to disused railway. Okay, here's the car park. Obviously not our car park, so just got to find a brighter way heading this way now. Just keep our eyes peeled. It's got a nice fringe. Oh yeah. Look at the view we get to walk into. Skylarks overhead and just pure beauty right there. Honestly, I'm just lacking words for today. So inspired. This was not what I expected. I basically just drew a loop on the map. And here we are. And not a back loop at all.
Just, yeah. Maybe we'll stick with...
Endemic species, blue-necked sheep. Here we go. Disused railway line. This railway track that I'm on now is part of the, or was part of the Plymouth and Dartmoor Railway, and this is the extension that was built about 10.25 miles up to Princetown. So, nice thing about this is, well, it's a good walking and cycling route. Some cyclists behind actually. But it just means it'll be nice level walking, and we're going to sort of zigzag through the moors until we get back to Princetown. Just really excited about this actually, because it's just going to make for a bit of nice, easy, steady walking, soak up the views, feeling good, loving life, and loving Dartmoor.
The railway was built in 1823 and was designed to improve the economy of the moorland areas. It curved around tors such as King Tor and Ingram Tor, twisting this way and that, passing by quarry works, now disused, which would have been active during the time of the railway. It was a wonderful cultural site.
This is the most insane view. All the way around. This is insane. There's just this bridge in the middle of nowhere. You just get to go under it. Obviously part of the railway. Look at this. Choo-choo! Found another tunnel. Oh man, being on this train would have been the coolest experience. So good. Here we are, leaving the track. Just gonna cut across back on the Dartmoor Way now. As the take is just literally cutting off the corner around King's Tor and the quarry. Here we go. So we kind of reached the last highest point for the day. Just seriously, no words right now. Back on the disused railway, there's also the choice to go this way, which just cuts completely straight down to Princetown. Probably a mile and a half, because storm that. So it's a choice here for anyone who's hiking really. Just hit the railway or go straight. Cows and horses just everywhere around here. Look, we're just chilling out, catching some rays over the bridge. This is slightly crazy, just yes, surroundings, but also literally about a quarter of a mile from Princetown. Can't even see it because it drops down. The settlement is in the valley and we've just got this wall of pine trees ahead. So we're so nearly there now, which is awesome. I cannot even begin to express how much I've loved this walk today. Just honestly, I've so needed this. Proper outside time, proper beauty, just real immersion in nature. Obviously the weather's been on our side as well, which is amazing. But my body feels good as well. I've been pushing the pace a little bit just because I've got commitments after this. So I'm just so happy. This is what walking can be, you know, if you just get out to the right place and connect with a landscape that really speaks to you. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now because it's so close to the village. Just drop back down, or the town even, and return to my vehicle to drive home. So I want to say thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I am definitely going to be offering this as a group walk, so keep an eye out on socials and my website for updates as to when I'll be running this, because it's awesome. Don't miss out. So guys, as I say, thanks for watching. Wherever your adventure may be next, enjoy it, take your time, soak up nature and all of its wonder, and until next time, stay wild. Yeah, he did it.